Alrighty, deck tech. So yeah, let's basically run the budget version now, since we had a pretty good showing with the non-budget version. Um, I do want to just try one thing though, and it's probably going to be I'm probably going to try it in the non-budget version too. But so in some practice matches, blue-white Azorius and control is definitely causing some problems. I don't know that Esper Sentinel is the answer per se, because it's just not a very fast clock. On the other hand, this ability is freaking annoying, and we know that from being on the other side of it. The problem is unlike Hammer Time, we don't necessarily threaten to like immediately punish with like some type of hammer combo or something if we draw enough pieces. So they might just play into it and not really care. On the other hand, extra cards are extra cards, and I mean you can't argue with the utility of extra cards. So yeah, so we're gonna try Esper Sentinel again, and I think it's a pretty easy swap for Conjurer's Bauble. Conjurer's Bauble is, Conjurer's Bauble's good, but yeah, and obviously there was some synergy with Lantern Squire, but this card, it is a clock, not a very good one, but it is a clock, and we can bring it back with Lantern Squire. In the non-budget version, it also juices Urza Saga, but of course we're playing the budget version, and the idea is this budget version is basically going to be the same as the non-budget version. The only difference is that we are going to be playing Urza Saga instead of Castle Ardenvale. I think Castle Ardenvale, though, is powerful enough that it gives us some reward for playing instead of Urza Saga, especially if they're playing Spreading Seas or other types of effects. Plus, it makes our white mana a little bit more reliable. We can tell from the non-budget version that 8 planes is enough, believe it or not. And if it's enough for the non-budget version, I don't see why it's not enough for this version as well. Castle Ardenvale, I think, is it served us pretty well in the past. And plus it gives us a lot to do with our mana. It gives us options too. We can either create 1/1 tokens in a turn, or we can try to attack with Cave of the Frost Dragon, which can be particularly good against like planeswalkers. So there is that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just I think we've got a pretty good mix of stuff, and let's maybe just see how it goes. See if we can bring home the trophy. But yeah, oh yeah, and also a little bit different sideboard. I think the Scroll of Gristlebrand it's a cool concept in theory, but I think I'm kind of off of it because I really need needle effects, because needle effects are like what enables us to deal with planeswalkers, and planeswalkers are just a huge problem without it. I know we had 2 Pithing Needles in the previous version, but I don't think that's enough, to be honest. Plus another problem too, Pithing Needle gets shut off by Chalice on 1, which all the best control decks seem to be playing nowadays. So when our hate card against planeswalkers also gets shut down by one of their key pieces, yeah, I'm just not feeling that. So we're playing Sorcerer's Spyglass, and that's, Pithing Needle would be better because we can recur it with Leon and Squire. But I mean, if they kill it or something. But the fact that Pithing Needle gets hit by Chalice on 1 is just a little too brutal. Now this does get hit by Chalice on 2, and they do play Chalice on 2 sometimes, so there's that. But I think Chalice on 1 is something that they play much earlier and much more consistently. So, yeah. Plus it shuts down a recursion piece, unlike Chalice on 2. Anyway, I think we have to play 2 Shadow Spears in the sideboard. It's just some matchups we just really need to race. Also, like, I almost kind of want to play a couple Shadow Spears in the main, but you know me, I play 4 ofs, and also just all of these cards are good and have their place. So we're going to play 2 of these on the sideboard, and sometimes they can help Esper Sentinel tax a little bit more. They can sometimes just make our little creatures just a little more threatening. But yeah, it's mostly just for like aggressive, like racing type matchups, like humans, maybe Domain Zoo. Ironically, the decks that have burn are a little bit more dubious because sometimes they kill all our creatures. But this is particularly useful against like decks that don't have a lot of removal, and it's like a race, because then, like, if we start attacking with like Cathar Commando, if this swings for 4 damage, that's pretty good. I'm not sure what else to say. Anyway, yeah, not sure what else to say. Just I guess we'll see how the games go, but I've been liking this so far, and yeah, let's see. All right, match 1. Yeah, this hand seems to be a keeper. Always good to lead off on cave. So the one advantage of this deck over the Urza Saga version is that we get slightly better mana, because even though Castle Ardenvale isn't as powerful as Urza Saga, it does produce white, for what it's worth. Oh, Mill is almost a buy for them. Well, there's our Esper Sentinel. I think we need to play Cathar Commando though. If you're playing the Urza Saga version, at least we'd have one. We'd have a one of Elixir of Immortality. Here, Shadow Spear is just better against most other matchups, though. Drawn to lock our Esper Sentinel. That was probably a dumb play, but they're probably going to win anyway, because it's just such a good matchup for them. Toxicity as Laughter basically just wins on the spot. There's not really a lot we can do about that. I don't want to give them landfall, so. Soul Guide Lantern doesn't actually really do anything. I could just return Loris to hand. In case I have like Mishra's Bauble. Because the problem is that they I guess I would have done something. I haven't seen Murderous cut in a long time. I guess in theory I might be able to get Commando back. If I can land Loris, which is a big if. At least each turn they're countering my stuff. They're not playing Tasha. Yeah, it's GHP. They're gonna mill like 30 cards off the top of my library. Shadow Spear can help break through, but I don't know. I don't really have much in the way of sideboard cards in this matchup. Sacred Soul Guide Lantern just really doesn't do that much with Shadow Spear. At least maybe help our core Firewalkers get through, make our Esper Sentinels tax more, I don't know. Because the problem with Soul Guide Lantern is it doesn't target our graveyard. If it could target our graveyard. So we don't really send stuff to their graveyard. And it's just not aggressive enough. Yeah, this hand maybe will do something. Castle's way too slow. Esper Sentinel, let's see what you can do. Probably not enough. We need some creature removal, by the way. We're not seeing any. We got a field of run. Esper Sentinel. Oh yeah. A very unassuming little 1/1 that could. Now if they counter, I'll get to draw a card. Let's see. Should I play Sigiria's Secluded Steppe or cycle it? Yeah, I'll play it to be a little more mana efficient, because we're also working towards a Cave of the Frost Dragon attack. See, this is why Urza Saga fits this deck like a glove, because, and by the way, these would have been Urza Sagas, but so we would have been a little mana screwed. But as you can see, like we've got like 3 artifacts, so Urza Sagas would be 4/4s here. Just so many incidental artifacts, you could say. Nice. Nice. Gotta love it. Alright, well, let's just draw a card off of these two, in case we draw, like, Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, maybe we'll play this. It's not as much of a clock, but I don't think it'll change the clock much one way or the other, and we could just cycle Secluded Steppe, which I think we'll do right now. Alright. Ho ho ho! Wow. When Esper Sentinel is on point, it is on point. Unfortunately, though, this is not a guarantee we're going to win, because they still just need back-to-back Tashas, and we unfortunately have a 2-turn clock, not a 1-turn clock. Trust me, one Tasha is going to take, like, over 20 cards. So if they got Tasha, they still win despite all this. In fact, actually, us drawing cards can even be a liability if they get a particularly big Tasha. Well, at least it's Fractured Sanity instead of Tasha. What's crazy is we're still not seeing any removal spells. I guess they're milling all of them. It might actually kill us with the Esper Sentinel ability. Yeah, we need to hit that, I'm gonna hit Sheldock Isle. I'm tempted to just not fetch. Yeah, let's just not fetch. Fractured Sanity is, I guess, maybe that was a mistake. Well, Esper Sentinel was both incredibly impressive this game, and incredibly actually not impressive at the same time. Amazingly, all right, match 2. Hopefully, no more freaking mill. I actually think we might have a better time against control. Not with this though. We'll still keep. Still hope it's not control. Control will punish a hand like this. Come on, come on. Excuse me. Falling asleep a little bit here. Okay. Well, they gotta go down quite a few cards to do their thing. So probably Rhinos. Probably Rhinos. Definitely Rhinos. Yeah, let's play Cathar Commando at end of turn. Okay, well they curved out. Do they have a Rhino generator? Not yet, but they're certainly building towards one. Okay. They're just really hoping to draw. Yeah, we'll take it. I mean, this is like the best trade we could make with Commando anyway. Blah. To quote a certain Transylvanian vampire, blah. So the problem is we're both simultaneously trying to work towards 6 mana, and we're trying to draw Winds of Abandon. At least we do have 6 mana in our hand. So there is that. Your hand seems a little funktastic. Should I lure us and bring back Cathar Commando? That'd be the worst thing ever. Well, there's our Winds of Abandon, so which I think we're going to need next turn. So how about this? How about we go boom, Season Pyro, and we will definitely crack in response. Oh, maybe not actually, because we'll just Winds of Abandon all those things away anyway. Crack. Yeah, I guess this works. This is Secluded Steppe. Hopefully they don't have Force Negation. That would suck. I might as well pay it right now. And please somehow not have Force Negation. Please. That would be insane. Insanely lucky for me, but insane nonetheless. Do dreams come true? I don't know what that means. Why would they fetch out a basic before I play this? But I guess dreams did come true, especially since they also thinned out a basic from their deck in response. I think they really... Okay, well, I guess they got me if they... Okay, good. Well, this is an extremely unlikely scenario, but... Alright, well, they bounce back with 1 card, gotta love it. Yeah, let's try to bring back Cathar Commando. Haha. Haha. And I guess we'll path on upkeep. Not because of the land, which I think they're out of, but because just in case they actually finally drew their Force Negation. Ah, Fury. Well, I can still double block the Rhino, I guess. Maybe I should just block this. Well, slightly safer. I block with the Esper Sentinel. Yes, it'll double block the Rhino token. Okay, if I draw some kind of like, oh, that's not a good one. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess I get what I deserve. I guess I have to try to not die to one stomp. I guess we're looking for another something. I think they only play one of these. We're very close to running out of basic planes. Well, they almost certainly have a fortification by now. I guarantee it. Like the men's warehouse. Okay, or not. Well, they probably have an turn brazen borrower. Or not. Still no actual Mishra's Baubles, eh? Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess Soul Guide Lantern is slightly better. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, we have to try to win, right? Or do we just give up even though we actually have lethal? Let's do this, shall we? Fortunately, that won't do anything this turn. So if they have instant speed Rhinos, then we'd put up a good fight. Dead gone, okay. Alright, well. So Red Lantern, I guess. If we somehow won this, that'd be insane. Oh my goodness. I don't understand exactly how, but somehow, like, we've been beating Temur Rhinos with this deck. Even in game 1, where it doesn't seem like it makes any sense. I think they have, to be fair, been getting kind of awkward hands when we've been up against them. Alright, anyway, let's see here. We got Cathar. They sometimes bring in Blood Moon, which with our 8 basics mana base can be a little bit concerning. Esper Sentinel can make things a little awkward in the very early turn, so maybe we'll keep it. Rhinos Magistrate. Rhinos Magistrate is absolutely essential. Core Firewalker is absolutely essential. Path is probably a necessary evil. Maybe it's Leon and Squire that we have to cut, because the reality is that Soul Guide Lantern is not particularly useful. I mean, it was obviously useful last game, but we need to make room for Settle. We need to make room for Rhinos Magistrate, and this is probably the best cut I can imagine here. Leon and Squire has been nice for us, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Well, hey, we got turn 2 Rhinos Magistrate. Crashing Footfalls. Thraben Inspector. If you think about it, Thraben Inspector is kind of like a 1 mana. It's kind of like a 1 mana Leonin Squire that doesn't actually require any artifacts in the graveyard to be useful. Okay. Well, I don't know if this is going to stick or not, but let's try. And by stick, I mean they might have a petty theft. Petty. Alrighty. Unless we got Settle the Record. Unfortunately, we're going to have to take a big walloping this turn. I might double block the Shardless, though not with the Dranath, because if they need this to survive to next turn. Okay, well, they don't give us that option. That's fine, we definitely have to take all from that. Alright. Well, they don't Fire Ice us and end the turn. That would suck. Probably play Brazen Borrower. Petty Theft. Okay. Why did they pay 3 and then I still drew a card? Yeah, they're just letting me draw cards. Hopefully they don't have a Mystical Dispute. I mean, there's got to be a reason why they... Alright. Why they just let me draw cards, but I don't know. At least Rhinos Magistrates maybe prevents the Brazen Borrowers from coming out. Let's do this now in case they have hard cast Force Negation. Well, we might be able to survive one turn if we... Maybe we have to double block, because going down to 2 is like going down to 3 against a Lightning Bolt deck, against this deck. What if they have Fury, then I guess that's just that. Alright, well, good thing we stole game 1. I do think this makeup is probably good. I think Esper Sentinel was doing good work in that game. I still don't understand why they paid 3 for Petty Theft and I still drew a card. I think there's something funky about Esper Sentinel that allows you to pay for the cost and still say no and draw the card. I think that's happened to me before too. I think we can do better than this. Yeah, and this is definitely better. Yeah, Cathar Commando is cool and all, but it's the card that we can most afford to send to the bottom. And hopefully Esper Sentinel will draw us into some other good stuff. This kind of makes things awkward for them in their early turns. Believe me, I know what it's like to be on the other side of this. Alrighty. Alrighty. Probably put Prowess to hand next turn. If I could get like double draft, that would be great. Too bad both of these get hosed very hard by Fury. That's okay, we'll draw into other good stuff. Yeah, I guess that qualifies. There's another one. That might be one turn too late, though. We shall see. Okay. I'm not sure why they did that at sorcery speed, but sure. Yeah, let's do Drannith Magistrate. And should I Winds of Abandon? Yeah, I'll Winds of Abandon, just slightly more mana efficient. Of course, this does lead into a possible hardcast Fury next turn, but I gotta... Honestly, whether it's hardcast or whether it's pitched, Fury is pretty brutal either way, so I think our best strategy is to just hope they don't have it. Okay. Hopefully that'll subtlety. Alright, I guess we'll try to get another Drannith Magistrate out. Seems like the most sensible thing to do. Now, if they're playing Petty Theft, they could Petty Theft this, play Brazen Borrower in response. Or worse, they can Petty Theft and then play Violent Outburst in response. Oh, yep, there we go. At least the Brazen Borrower is locked there. Okay, let's see. I think my plan is to double block with the Magistrates. Oh, that sounds so awful. But what else? What other options do I have? I guess I could block with one Magistrate, block with Cave. No, I can't block with Cave because I need. My plan now is to draw. No, or I could angle for a Yeah, I got to do this one here. There's just no other way. Does this change anything? Yeah, this adds an additional 3 power to the battlefield. Alright, match 3. Well, this is off to a rocky start, but I can't help but feel like they were getting pretty lucky last game. Mostly because they're not guaranteed to have a Petty Theft. Believe me, when we're playing Merfolk, we do not always have a Brazen Borrower or Petty Theft. We do not. It's just not how it works. This is the creativity combo deck. Okay. Since actually, I think the worst thing they could do is play Teferi next turn. So that's where we're gonna do it this way. It's a little less mana efficient, but you know, Teferi next turn is the bane of our existence. We'll probably play basic planes into Thraben Inspector. Inspector Gadget. Alrighty. Alrighty. Inspector Gadget. Ooh. Inspector Gadget. Ooh, yeah, let's just play this out. And they'll probably bounce it, but but then we can hopefully just kill Teferi on the return swing, on the return serve, as it is sometimes called. Alrighty. Alright, let's play out Field Rune. Just nice maybe to hold up here. Helps with the bluffing. Oh, let's see what they can get. Ooh, double Archon. Yeah, sacrifice both of these. Nice. Oops. Put 1-0 instead of 0-1. Okay. Yeah, I think Settle the Wreckage. See, this is actually where Fateful Absence would be better than Sorcerer Spyglass, but actually I ran up against a Thopter Foundry deck. And also this is slightly better against Tron, so I don't know. And by the way, this is 2 instead of 1 because like the control decks are, I need to be able to shut down their Planeswalkers, and Chalice on 1 shutting down Pithing Needle is definitely a no-no. So here's the issue, though. I need to be able to kill those Teferis. At least that didn't seem like it was too impossible to do. We need paths. We need... Yeah, we need the entire creature package. Settle the Wreckage is a little iffy though. It's good against Emrakul, but it's not as good against the other stuff. Actually, it's not even good against Emrakul because the Emrakul has to attack. So maybe not. Does that mean we're basically mainboarded? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Yeah, we might be mainboarded. I could play Sorcerer's Spyglass, but it's not the main thing we're afraid about with Teferi. The thing about Fateful Absences is against like blue-white control, it seems like it's just so bad to give them that clue token. Alright, we'll see if we can run it back and do better this time. Unfortunately, I don't really have that many good ways to interact. Let's see here. And see, it's weird, but somehow I'm not sure Esper Sentinel is really doing that much, so I'm wondering if Squadron Hawk might just be better. No, but it's probably secretly doing a lot, kind of like, this is, if you think about it, this is kind of like a Curse Catcher on steroids. Because at number one, it hits non-creature stuff, not just instants or sorceries, and number two, like, you don't have to sacrifice it to punish them. So if Curse Catcher had a place in Merfolk, Esper Sentinel very well might have a place here. And this is obviously much better in the non-budget version, because then this juices Urza Saga. See, this is one of the problems they don't always deal with it on the spot, so it's not always a good card. I mean, Leonin Arbiter, Leonin Squire sometimes just kind of sits here and does nothing. Well, sometimes Leonin Squire is just a 2-mana Squire. I don't know what else to say. I would have liked to return something like Esper Sentinel, but they don't feel like dealing with it, so it is what it is. And I need to apply pressure, so. I'll turn off auto yields. Always yes. Always yeah. Always yield. Always yield. So I get to draw a card at least. That's very nice. Now we can return that one at least. Hard evidence. Do they counter spell? Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Are they gonna cycle the clue token? Nope. Excuse me. So we're threatening to deal 5 damage next turn. Guess that means we have a turn 2 clock. If we draw another path, then maybe we've got answers to our plight. We'll do this. I'll play this. There it is, I guess. If they want to use this to block my Esper Sentinel, then that might be okay. Alright, put this to hand. And if we can buy back Leon's Fire next turn, we can also buy back Esper Sentinel for what it is worth. Yeah, I think we want to try to pass that. Probably be the best attempt there. Alright, I think we're threatening lethal. La 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 la. La 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 la. Alright, well, we take it down in game 2. They're the more all-in combo deck. I guess I see there. I think Esper Sentinel really helped. If it just makes things a little bit more awkward for them. I kind of feel like maybe they should just play into it and just let us draw cards, because sometimes you just draw a bunch of lands, you know. Their best hope might just be that whatever we draw just isn't good. But I can see how that's something they don't want to risk. We are not like Hammer Time, though, where like every extra card is potentially a kill. But we're kind of a deck where every extra card might be an answer, though, so there's that. This hand is really sucky. This hand is kind of sucky too, but maybe slightly less sucky. The question is, how badly do I want to lose? At least they took one mulligan too. Yeah, Secluded Steppe. Secluded Steppe are us. Okay. At least if they play Teferi, this makes bouncing this a little awkward, but they're probably just going to tick up, and then we're in kind of a tough spot. Because we, I guess we should have just played this on turn 1 and hoped we do the plains, but that seemed a little dubious. Oh good, they don't have Teferi. That is a welcome thing for us. No reason not to just play the plains. The castle will come into play and tap next turn anyway because of it. Plus, if we were to play something else next turn, that'll help the castle eventually come into play untapped. That is fine. I want Leon and Squire to gain value, but I think I just have to play it out. It just is what it is, if you know what I mean. Maybe I should have led on Core Firewalker. Alright. And if they play Wrath of God, I don't know, I can still... So maybe I shouldn't have gone Shields down. The problem is I have to put a lot of creatures out for Planeswalkers, if you know what I mean. Well, we have instants and sorceries as a way to deal with this. We're probably going to choose instant. Okay, well, what's it called? Wear Tear. Why are they putting in on Wear Tear? It's a little mysterious to me. Right, let's just play the rest. Oh, there's an instant. Hope I didn't side that out. No, I did not side out. So notably, this would shut off Settle the Wreckage because they gain protection on instants. So meaning I can't target them with Settle the Wreckage. Okay, if need be, I can maybe chump block once with Cave of the Frost Dragon. Alright, I can, you know what I can do? I can path whatever they block. That doesn't sound half bad. I need to just draw into answers, so I can't really ditz around here. Well, there's another instant. Oh, I guess they could just, yeah, maybe I should not have just exposed this to Wear Tear. Oh, I guess Wear Tear could also hit Esper Sentinel, but I don't know. I think we had to risk it. What is especially a problem here? Okay, good. Okay. So we have exactly one turn to draw. Okay, well that gives us a little more options, or yeah, that gives us a little more turns. But let's see, come on. Oh, you can't, you've got to be kidding me in a good way. I guess sometimes we are the luck sacks. Come on, no fortification. Or maybe they're the luck sack. No, they're not the luck sack from fortification. Oh. Well, the problem is they can go at it again. They might even be able to hard cast a angel thingy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they can hard cast one if they drew it. But they have to name protection from creatures though, at least. That's our saving grace. There's some lag here. Is that concession lag? Holy moly! Match 4, well. Whew. Well, that was a morale boost to keep us in this league. Let's see here. Bam. Let's keep this. We got a lead on castle tapped, which is unfortunate, but the thing is, sometimes I just don't draw either castle or cave. Believe it or not, having all these utility lands, I think, is just one of the strengths of playing monocolor, period. It just is. I don't know what else to say. It just is. They revealed Luris, so let's not, let's do this on their upkeep, in case they draw like a fetch land or something. Well, Living End is, in theory, one of our better matchups if we can draw Soul Guide Lantern. I don't think anybody plays the the Jund version of Living End anymore. Why would they? This version has way more tools at its disposal. Yeah, what I just need to do is I just need to draw into that stupid lantern. I don't have many turns to do so, but we're going to do this on their upkeep because if they have, if we don't want to draw lantern off of this and then them take it with grief, so we're going to have hopefully lantern tucked away on the top of our library instead. Well, they're a little mana screwed. I mean, we'll take it, I guess. And there's our lantern. So let's play out Esper Sentinel. That way, if they force negation, okay, we draw a card. Character Rewinder. Maybe our luck is turning around. Are they just conceding? See, they're in the 2-1. I'm in the 1-2 bracket, so they're probably a little demoralized right now. But they might be coming. They might have been starting off 1, and then they might have lost 1-1. Whereas we started off losing 1-1 and we won the last one. So our morale might be a little bit higher. Something to keep in mind. It's weird to talk about yourself like you're like some kind of video game character with stats and stuff, but like, you know, sometimes I feel like we analyze the world around us like we're kind of above it all, and like these things don't affect us. But like, you know, morale isn't just some kind of abstract concept that like that only applies to like other people, you know, somewhere like in the distance on a battlefield somewhere, or somewhere in the past. but it's something that applies to us too, and we don't necessarily think about it like how is my morale like, you know what I mean? Because we have this tendency in our minds to, and we definitely want to settle the wreckage and Draneth Magistrate, but like we definitely have this tendency in our minds to be like, oh yeah, well we always have high morale. So actually we don't, you know. Actually we don't. I definitely needed that morale boost in that third match, that's for sure. And that's probably going to help me out in this game. Yeah, Winds of Abandon is slow, but yeah. Core Firewalker hits hard, but let's, yeah. Esper Sentinel, I don't think actually typically does that much. This would be the most cuttable, I think. Because the problem is they don't, unlike Rhinos, they don't actually play that many instants in the early game. It can help me punish a Force of Negation here or there, though. But by that time, we might probably... Yeah, I'm going to take out Esper Sentinel, because here's my logic. If they're playing into it, then they probably just have the combo and we lost anyway. But I can see situations where we're stalling out and we just want to dig one card deeper into our deck, and Thraben Inspector can do that. It's also possible Winds of Abandon is just too cute, or that maybe Path to Exile is too cute. Ah, ha 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 ha, no, this one sucks. So, I think I might keep, and here's the logic. No, we're going to mulligan. Okay, yeah, much better. I think we can put back Path, and I think we can put back Secluded Steppe. As long as they don't grief us, then I think we got a shot. I'm feeling a grief coming on. Take Mishra's Bauble, you know you wanna. Oh, don't mind that Draneth Magistrate. Oh, dang it. Sometimes I hope that they... Oh, look at us. We're luck-sacking today. We're luck-sacking. Oh, yeah. We're luck-sacking. We're a luck-sack. We are a luck-sack. I mean, there's really no other way to describe that. That's luck-sacking right there. But it really felt like the Rhinos player was luck-sacking against us in Game 2. Mill just milled us out, so there's nothing really to say there like that. They weren't... That wasn't lucky, that was just we don't really have a game plan against Mill. But I don't know, whatever. Let's see here. Are we luck sacking for real? I think we're doing the luck sack. And it'd be kind of nice if we just go to game 5 if they just are so demoralized and they want to. Okay, well they fight on, and good for them. Oh, Bone Crusher. Maybe we... How about this here? If they have Force Negation, this could be very dangerous, but... Oh, no, that was a mistake. I forgot that I can't immediately play this. Oh, no, but actually it wasn't as much of... It wasn't really a mistake, actually, my bad, because we got Draneth Magistrate. That's kind of a backup, so never mind. It's risky. It's risky, but it wasn't a mistake. Whew. Sometimes I overthink things like that, but... Oh, getting sassy, are we? I'm surprised they went for it. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to just cycle right now. Okay. Because what I want to do is I want to angle to the point where I can wins for 6. And we're closer than you might think. I think we'll double block the Bone Crusher. We can wait more turn. Yeah, we can wait more turn. I don't think they have that much burn. Famous last words. Yeah, good for them though for continuing to try. Wait, they have Luris? No, that's us. Silly me. I thought this Luris was theirs. Okay, so next turn we got it, and now we can make a token to Chumpy. I don't want to go down to 8 because then if they have quad, or if they have... No, actually, if I go down to 8, actually, it's still not bad. It's not too bad. Yeah, let's just do this. But do we need Thraben Inspector that bad? Answer, probably not. But actually, we do if they have Force Negation. So let's see. And I like the way we exiled all of them. That's nice. Waker of Waves. Oh, the timer stopped, so I think that's a concession. Oh. Match 5. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say so far. Has Esper Sentinel really been going nuts? Yes and no. I think it's probably safe to say though that this is probably the right card for the non-budget Urza Saga list though. We do need a little more pressure here and there. And this can make things so awfully awkward for the opponent. Ready? Alright, so let's do this. Next turn we might Field of Ruin, and actually if this is Belcher, then Field of Ruin is actually like a hard land destruction spell that also doesn't put us down a land, and it just takes a land drop. Alrighty. Let's see. Did they just concede? Okay, no. Some weird lag. Yeah, they gotta be a Belcher deck, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm pretty sure they don't have a land to fetch. Ho, 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 ho. That's good for us, if I do say so myself. This is kind of brutal. Hey, we get to draw 2 cards. Not bad. they might be able to play, what's it called, Crossroads or whatever it's called next turn, but I think we're threatening lethal, so even if they can play Crossroads, they might have whatever it's called. Already. I'm surprised Belcher is making a comeback without Simeon Spirit Guide, but hey, hats off to the people trying it. Oh, this is another reason to play like a Pithing Needle type effect, which admittedly in this matchup probably being able to recur it with Leon and Squire would have been superior, except not really, because they're probably just going to wait to Force of Vigor this at a turn anyway, and then go off the next turn. And do they play anything not from hand? I don't think so. This could be useful if they bring in Empty the Warrens, which I guess we might as well do, right? Because Path is kind of useless. How about this? Shadow Spear also increases our clock, and it could help us race Goblin tokens if they have it. But Settle the Wreckage could also be good. Although Winds of Abandon by that logic. Let's just Settle the Wreckage. Although pathing our own guy under some circumstances could be good, but nah. I think this is what we want. I know Settle the Wreckage seems janky, but historically, both in Legacy and in Modern, Empty the Warrens has been the backup card, particularly in games 2 and 3 for Belcher. So yeah. So definitely Field of Ruin is a card we want to put a premium on. We do have that here in our hand. We're a little bit mana screwy, but we do have a clock. I'm going to risk it primarily off the strength of Field of Ruin. I could see this backfiring though. But if they play some cards that allow us to draw cards, that would be nice. Might want to play Cathar Commando. Or I might want to play Esper Sentinel and Soul Guide Lantern. It's kind of a close call. I think we need the clock. This could be bad though if they have okay. That is good. I think we need to do this to prevent them from going off next turn. Okay, well they got Force of Vigor. That's a problem. Alright, Goblin Shard Ulcer. I actually got to see their hand. And they could Force of Vigor hit both my Esper Sentinel and this. That is one downside to Esper Sentinel. That doesn't get talked a lot about, but it is there. They may want to pitch Fury. Pitching Fury might not be a bad call. Or they might want to hard cast Force of Vigor. Okay. Fury, pitching Fury. I can see that. Okay, they're going to play Belcher, and then they're going to play Force of Vigor in a turn. Is there any way out of this? I'm not sure there is. Yeah, I'm not sure there is. I think we needed to draw another Cathar Commando. Man, Fury plus Force of Vigor, that was a good combo. Little things like this make me doubt Esper Sentinel sometimes, but, you know. So since they have Fury, maybe we don't want Settle the Wreckage or Shadow Spear. Maybe we just want maybe we want Winds of Abandon or Path. Maybe Winds of Abandon. No, I guess Path we'll just do. Because I could see us pathing a creature on our end step or something. I think what we really want is our Field of Runes. I think they have a harder time playing around that than they do our other stuff. Well, and there's a Field of Rune. Alright, I'm going to trust in the heart of the cards to take me the rest of the way. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I'll play Soul Guide Lantern. Do this. Just in case they have grief or something, I don't know. They forge the soul. It's good to know about, but I don't think they're going to be able to play that. There's the miracle trigger. Alrighty. I'm gonna tend to put a premium on hitting red, but maybe not. Yeah, maybe not actually. I'm gonna hit a premium on hitting green for recross the paths. Just in case we draw Mishra's Bauble. Nope. Alrighty. So I've got some choices here. I think going for. Yeah, let's just do this. Yeah. That's a good one. I guess now they have whatever mana they need. So I guess we'll go after red because, I don't know, maybe it's about the same thing. Oh, nice. Let's cycle one more Secluded Steppe, and then we'll try to get back double Bauble. Okay, that's another land for them. I did not mean to do that. If I lose the game, I'm sorry. I meant to play that. I just... Oh, slippy finger. Oh. That could be the difference just between drawing another Field of Ruin or not. That might help. Keyword might. I think they might be going off. Probably just needed one more card. But hopefully it's the kind of going off where they just dump Belcher onto the battlefield, because we do actually have an answer to that now because of Cathar. If it's the kind where they play Craig and then go off, then yeah, too bad. We tried. So we'll see. Let's see which one of those it is. They don't have enough to splice. Not yet, at least. Please just be a Belcher, not a 7-mana ritual thingy. Could be Empty the Warrens. In which case I really would wish these were Shadow Spears, but here's what it is. Five. Okay, that I can live with. I mean, that's not gonna lie, that's a little brutal, but I can live with this. It's livable. Leone, Squire, down. Jeez, that's gonna... Okay, let's path this right now. Hopefully they don't have Reforged the Soul. Okay, good. We're gonna play double Cathar in a turn. Unfortunately, we're not quite hitting for lethal. But, you know, I see we would have hit for lethal if we would have drawn one more card, because we would have played a Thraben Inspector in a turn. Ooh, that would suck if that's the difference in winning and losing. You know they got to Reforge the Soul in hand. We're going to bring him out of 1. I wish we had some reach, but unfortunately we do not. Okay, well, I guess despite our misplay, we still managed to finish with a 3-2. Oh, oh my goodness. Not gonna lie, I was getting a little demoralized there after game 2. You know, sometimes I drop when it's just like, this is just not my day. But this time, for some reason, I felt like we still might be onto something. All right. Okay. Well. Post league wrap up. So yeah. So honestly, what's the takeaway? I think the takeaway is that I think this is still a pretty strong shell. Admittedly, we don't really have a game plan against Dimir Mill. I will admit that. We have beaten Rhinos in the past, believe it or not, but of course, you know, they are quite a resilient deck, and they do have quite an ability to bounce your stuff. You know, so I guess sometimes they can bring it around like that. Creativity, that can be a little challenging sometimes, but I think Esper Sentinel might have been an unsung hero there, making things more awkward and also just drawing us more cards. Living End, that's just kind of us doing our normal thing with Soulguide Lantern and Magistrate and Belcher. Belcher is also just kind of Belcher, but you know, that definitely we're glad we had a needle effect against that deck. Even if the needle effects weren't ultimately what won us game 1 or 3, but and in game 2 lost us the game in the sense that we over relied on it. But I know it doesn't sound like I'm selling the needle effects very well, but they won't always have the answers. So like, it just so happened that they happen to have answers that lined up to it. But it's never a bad thing to have more answers to Belcher. You know, it isn't. Unless, of course, they come at the expense of answers to other things that might be more prevalent, which, of course, could be the case. But since this also answers Planeswalkers, I feel pretty good about that. And I do think that we are going to be playing Esper Sentinel in the non-budget version. Probably it's the same basic version as last time. But see, this version I think we can play 4 Pithing Needles because it's just so much better with Urza Saga. We can get multiple of them. You know, there's a little extra risk there, but I think the fact that they can be fetched with Urza Saga kind of mitigates that. Also, I like the way in the non-budget version we can play Elixir of Immortality, because this can help the mill matchup. You know, maybe not by a lot, but hey, it will take any little bit we can get. This doesn't help against Tasha's Hideous Laughter, but it does help against everything else. And maybe if we shuffle the graveyard back, maybe we can prevent Durano Lock from doing anything, prevent Visions of Beyond from drawing 3, so there's that. Other than that, I think the core of this deck still pretty much does what we want to do. For the most part, but anyway. Yeah, and also here's the Blinkblade deck that we were on. I don't necessarily see why I had to make some last minute changes in the What Am I Playing Now video, so I think this is the same as the last league we ran this through, so I think this is kind of where we want to be. I think we can get away with playing the Horizon lands because we do have so much life gain, so I think that's fine. Other than that, not sure what else to say. Just that's pretty much. Oh yeah, and I think we can get away with playing Chalice instead of Magistrate in this version, because this version has significantly less 1-drops, and importantly, Chalice on 0 and Chalice on 1 don't interfere with our draw engines with Luris. So that's or with Leon and Scribe. Like Chalice is kind of a non-bow with the other version of Mono White, because yeah, it just significantly weakens both Luris and Leon and Scribe. Here we don't play Luris or Leon and Scribe, so I think we can accommodate Chalice better, and Chalice is probably just better than Magistrate because we can play it on 0. It's not a creature though, I mean we can't play more than 1 to stop like Cascade, but it's still 0 mana, a 0 mana Cascade hate card, so I can't argue with that. And it's more burn hate, which can also help shore up the maybe slight percentage loss from playing the Horizon lands. But anyway, other than that, yeah, I think I like where we stand. Yeah, cool stuff. Thank you everybody, and hopefully you'll like. Hopefully you'll like what I've got in store, which is, well, if you've seen the What Am I Playing Now video, then we've got a lot of stuff. So all right. And actually, it might have already gone up by now, I'm not sure, but either way, take care everybody, hope you enjoyed.